Raider Nation, what is the deal, man? Once again, it's your guy Panama Fargo back to y'all live with another episode of the Raider Rundown. And today, man, you know what we got to do. We got to go over our winners or losers of the Patriots versus Raider game yesterday. And I'm going to give you the rundown of the whole game in its totality. Also, we got to go over some of the news, some of the updates that has happened, right? Josh McDaniels spoke today at a presser, so I want to go over some of that. At the end of the day, man, we got to see what's going on in the future of this team. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get the intro started and let's get the show cracking.
As a young guy, I had a dream that someday I would build the finest organization in professional sports.
What is the deal, man? Once again, you're back for another episode of the Raider Rundown. Make sure you're tapping on the like, on the subscribe button, and please hit on the little notification bell so you get updated whenever I drop episodes like this one right here. But like I was saying, man, we got to go over the winners, the losers, and give you the rundown of the whole game yesterday. So first, man, let's start with the positives, right? Winners, man, there was a lot of winners, right? Specifically on the defensive side of the ball, and I would love to give it to, specifically one person on the defensive side, but it's just so many people, right? And at the end of the day, I think that it's very important to sit there and notice, that as a group effort, we're playing above and beyond what we ever thought this defense could be, right? So, if we talking about game balls, we talking about winners, that whole entire D-line, they did their whole damn thing on Sunday yesterday against the Patriots, causing disruption, causing havoc, right? And before the game, that's what we said that was the key. You got to cause disruption. You got to cause havoc. And what did they do? Went in there, got a sack, got 4 sacks, actually. 1 for a safety. And right, another thing that they did, the defense and the defensive line helped cause a turnover. So the defensive line is our first winner, right? Next, right, Trayvon Merritt. He's been showing up in a number of ways, man. Another turnover for him, so that's 2 for the season. And this is a guy, if you've been on my channel for a minute, I've kept my close eye and I've kept the lens on. Why? Because when we drafted him, I expected a lot of things, and he didn't live up to it. But this year so far, he's killing it. He's killing the game, and this is exactly what I thought he could be when we drafted him. So I'm very happy to see that he's doing his thing. So he's another winner for me. He's playing excellent football. Another winner, Tyler Hall. This dude was everywhere yesterday. I have no idea why the Raiders wanted to have him on the practice squad for the beginning of the season. But regardless of it, right, I think that he should remain on the active roster. Remain on the active roster because he showed his entire ass yesterday, everywhere, in run fits, coverage. I mean, even when they threw to him, right, he was sticky. He was on his assignment when they tried to run to his side. He was sticking his nose in there, and at the end of the day, that's the type of thing we want to see from our corners. Even when Hobbs comes back, whenever he comes back, I want to see Tyler Hall remain in there, him and Amit Robertson, right? But Tyler Hall is definitely another winner for me. Another winner, I mean, of course, Max Crosby. He gets his flowers all the time, man. And what I always say on the channel, what's understood don't need to be explained. So we know what Max Crosby is and brings. So he already gets his game ball. We know what that is, man. But another guy I want to give some love to, right? Bilal Nichols. I want to give some love to Bilal Nichols, man. He's finally making some. Last couple of weeks, I've been seeing him flash on the screen. And even watching the games back again, you see him flash on the screen. Starting to do the things, right, that we signed him for. Caused just a little bit of havoc in that pass game, but ultimately causing real disruption in the run game as well. And he started to do that. And I said, the D-line in its totality, but it's just some dudes played above and beyond. Another guy, Adam Butler. This dude is playing like an animal, right? He's playing like an animal right now in the interior of that D-line right now. And a position group that we said was the weakest of the group, of the bunch on defense, he's playing above and beyond what we thought this D-line could be, and he's really causing pressure. And everything we heard from training camp is starting to come to fruition, okay? So, I mean, a lot of great things that we saw from the defense, right? Linebackers didn't play too bad. Our safeties, they're balling out, right? Corners can be a little better. We have just a little bit of a problem on the outside. Now, Marcus Peters is solid. He's nothing to gawk at, but he could be better. Also, we're looking at Jacorian Bennett, right? It's time to look at him because he's giving up a lot of plays right now. If he's not 100%, because he's been out the last couple of weeks, so maybe he's not 100%. And if so, we got to find some type of replacement with that. But remember, Brandon Faison was supposed to come back, so we have no idea what's going on with that. So if that doesn't happen, we're really thin at corner. So keep in mind with that. But the winners on the offensive side of the ball now, Jacoby Myers, once again, right, showing up. And we said it from the preseason, from the offseason, this was a great signing. This is a guy that is going to come in here, take advantage of the one-on-ones that Devontae will create. So he is a winner, in my opinion. Jacoby is doing his thing this season. Another touchdown, over 50-plus receiving yards, right? Getting open, running great routes. This is a guy that we can rely on. Another guy, finally, Michael Mayer, right? 6 targets, I believe. Yeah, 6 targets, 5 catches. But running the routes, getting the targets, and getting open in spots that we, have even seen on this channel. He's been getting open before, but we're finally see him get the ball in his hands and what he can do with the yards after catch, right? That is something that is a real underrated part of his game. When he gets that football in his hands, right, he's real dangerous, right? He's like a bowling ball running in there. And I think with more touches, he's just going to get better and better and better. So this is a guy that, even on this channel, we've been excited to see what he can do. I think we saw I think that's scratching the surface there. We can see very much more of Michael Mayer coming into fruition, right? More. Another guy that I think, deserves some type of recognition, right? Dylan Parham. Dylan Parham had a pretty good game yesterday, man. And I was looking closely because the last couple of games, right, he was giving up a couple of pressures and looking a little weak in that run game. But I was watching closely. He played pretty well yesterday. I think this is a guy that, if we continue to lean on him, we will anchor, this offensive line. Now, another guy on that offensive line that I liked is Thayer Munford. I don't know why they don't believe in Thayer Munford, whatever the case may be, but I think he is the right tackle. To me, I would put him at right tackle. Maybe we can slide Illuminor to guard, but then again, I don't know if he wants to play guard. We have no idea what the intention is with Jermaine, but I think that Thayer Munford is right now a better right tackle as we need right now going forward, right? I just think he's better in the run game right now than Illuminor. He's not too bad in the pass game. All right, I think Illuminor might just be a tick or a hair better in the pass game, but I just think as far as trying to get that run game off the ground, man, Thayer is nasty. So I think he's a guy that we need to really probably get some more tick to. Another guy that's going to get some more tick, I don't know if I give him a game ball, but I will call him aware, is Trey Tucker. All right. And we saw a slice of what it could be when you finally take the top off the defense with him. And keep this in mind, right? This is going into the Hunter Renfrow speculation. He started the game at slot receiver. Okay. So that should tell you what you need to know. Hunter Renfrow had no receptions. This guy started the game as slot receiver and had a number of roles that were pivotal, right, into taking the top off the defense. So I think this guy, as going forward, we're going to see more and more and more of Trey Tucker. So offensive side of the ball, having not a lot of winners because right now they're still not playing to the capacity that they can be playing. But another winner, of course, we have to say, Brian Hoyer came and kept the ship afloat, right? He could have easily came in the second half, shit the bed, and then we end up losing the game. But he kept the ship afloat. We ended up winning the game. He did just enough for us to squeak out the win. But we have to give him a game ball for that because he managed the game how he was supposed to, like a veteran is supposed to in those tough spots. And that's what he's good. That's what he's good for, in tough spots. But we have to think, are we good with a full 4 quarters of that? And that leads me into the news and the updates, right? So, news, updates. Josh McDaniels walked to the podium, right? And he talked that Jimmy is now dealing with the back issue. Said they dodged a bullet on some major things. So maybe some internal bleeding, maybe something like that. But we don't know the severity of it. He didn't really get too down to the nitty-gritty of the severity. But they said it's nothing that's going to be a long-term issue. So which is, leading to believe that he is going to miss this week like we speculated, earlier today and yesterday in the live. You leave the game that fashion. When you leave the game in the ambulance and you go to the hospital, more than likely you're not playing the next week. So he's not probably, I say 90% chance we're not going to be seeing Jimmy Garoppolo in for Sunday's game. So what does that lead to? All right. Josh McDaniels was then, of course, asked about the quarterback controversy and who would be playing and who would start the game on Sunday. He responded with, the quarterback that will play on Sunday will be the one that gives us the best chance to win. So does that mean that he's going to sit there and have it be an open quarterback battle in practice? Which, again, to me, that's a mistake. I think you need to name a guy early. To me, I think you need to name, either you're going to go with the rook or whatever. If you go with the rookie, name him early so he can get a full week of practice time, right? Or, while you're muddling today and today's your day off, decide today. So going, forward in the week, we know who's going to be the starter. We see them take them reps, right? And he gets it going. Again, you guys know my feelings. I think that Aiden O'Connell should be the starter. I think he should be the number one option going forward, even if Jimmy is healthy. But, we're at the mercy of the coaching staff yet again. I just think that the kid gives us a better chance to win than Brian Hoyer. For a full 4 quarters, I know everybody is worried about the rookie mistakes, the fumblings, the turnovers, right? And yes, okay, he turned the ball over, but that's one game. Let the kid get another game under his belt. Now, if he does this for a second game, of course, we're going to look and we're going to analyze that. But it's one game, okay? If we judged everybody off their one game, most people would not be good, right? So let's just calm down. If he does start, let's get behind him and let's say, all right, man, he can fix the issues that he has. But if not, then, we move forward accordingly. But that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know down below. How do y'all feel, right? Other than that, we got some other things to touch on later on in this week. Trade speculation, something with Devontae as well. We're going to touch on that as well later on this week. So make sure you guys tune in to the channel as the week progresses, because I'm going to have a lot of things that we're going to need to talk about. So make sure you guys are tuning in. As far as tonight, man, might have a little live that I'm going in tonight. Got to see, all right, with my boy Cheeto Linus. Maybe I'll hop on that channel. So make sure you go over to his channel at Cheeto Linus, right? To talk more Raiders football tonight. If so, right, I'll see you over there. If not, I'm going to be back from my regularly scheduled program. So make sure you guys are hitting the like and subscribe button. Tap on the little notification bell so you get updated when I drop more episodes like this. And I keep it authentic from the clouds to the ground on the Raider Rundown.
I need a bad bitch with an accent, serving in peace, still taxing. Just got tapped for the young cash app, moonwalking like a young Mike Jackson. Yeah, shots to the head, ride clean and still fuck feds. Realest nigga and it's on my kids, so who the fuck gon' wanna test me, bitch?